What's up, everybody? Um, I was wanting to kind of make a quick video real quick about the the DC Fourth of July celebration stuff. Um, I had started watching some of it. I see sometimes what I do around the house. As you can see behind me, I've got so much stuff that I need to clean up and everything, and it's been sitting like that for months, man. And I just haven't gotten around to it. It's just the way it happens, man. Especially if you're a bachelor like I am, you don't really. Some things you just kind of put off. Other things you prioritize, and unfortunately, some of my Amazon packages and stuff I've just kind of let sit back there. Uh, but whenever I'm doing stuff around the house, though, sometimes what I'll do is I'll put a certain live stream on or two, and just kind of listen to it in the background as I'm puttering around the house. Well, today was one of those kinds of days, man. I was sitting here doing stuff on the computer, playing some games or whatever, and on one of my other monitors, I had the Right Side Broadcasting Network's DC Fourth of July celebration stuff on. And I don't know exactly when they started. I think it was maybe, um, oh God, it's been just about all day. I think they started sometime in the morning because they were all out there in the Lincoln Memorial, I guess, courtyard and stuff, and that's where they had everything set up. And the big shindig was the whole. I can't remember what they call that. It's the fair thing that goes on every so often, and then towards the end, they were going to go ahead and light off some fireworks. And so, I don't know what it was. It was about maybe uh, somewhere around 6 or 7, maybe this evening. They started loading everyone up into this area where all of this stuff was going down. And as everyone was beginning to load up into the crowd or the yard, it started looking like it was going to rain. And so they played it safe. They told everyone to kind of evacuate into the, I guess, the designated safe zones for a few minutes. And I think it took about an hour or two for the all clear to finally be given before everyone was allowed to go back into the yard. And at that time, it was announced that basically President Trump was going to make his speech at around like 11 o'clock or something. And man, it turned out to be really awesome. And I don't really get very sappy about these kinds of things because I'm not super dramatic whenever it comes to being pro America and all this other sort of stuff that you usually kind of get anymore about that sort of stuff. But man, it was kind of it was it was a little emotional watching some of this stuff. I mean, not necessarily the President Trump speech stuff, although that had its moments too, because during his speech he would bring up some um, veterans. One was like 107 years old, and I can't remember all of the ins and outs of their stories, but every single one of them was pretty amazing. I think one of them was uh, fuck. Well, I'm not even gonna try to remember what it was, man. But they those every single one that was brought up to the stage had seen some crazy shit. So anyway, that did kind of pull on your heartstrings, man. Because as you're sitting there watching these old guys and people walk up, and President Trump's sitting there talking about everything that they've gone through, and he announces how old they are and all this stuff. It's like, oh my god, man. And then he wraps up with his stuff, talking about the various uh, American flags and everything that they brought up on the stage to kind of present to everybody and to kind of talk about. He wraps everything up, and then that's when the big show starts. And he didn't have any big stars singing on the stage. I guess it was like the Navy band or something like that. Some of the members, but I gotta tell you, man, some of them have some pipes, and they not only kicked ass, man, but some of the songs that they were singing were really fun and really joyful. You know, like old some of them were classics. That one that you hear a lot in various movies by Earth, Wind, and Fire, and I don't know, man. There were a few others here and there, but then the fireworks starts, and you know those people they're still on the stage singing and everything, and all of this fireworks and everything starts popping off. And at first, man, I was thinking to myself, wow, you know, that's pretty intense because the fireworks that they were cutting off in the very beginning, I mean, it was big. It was like, you know, the equivalent of some sort of kind of like a small town type of grade of a fireworks show, you know. Pretty big booms, pretty big hooping and hollering, you know, big explosions and everything, and you're thinking to yourself, okay, yeah, this is pretty sweet. But then but then it like picks up a notch, and you're beginning to kind of zoom in on all of this stuff and watch all this stuff going up, because I swear to God, there for a while, man, it looked like the entire DC area was almost catching fire. And and at this point, you know, with the people singing and the fireworks at the level that they're blowing up, you're thinking to yourself, "Oh my God, man, this is pretty intense." And all throughout all of this, the channel that I was watching, they had, you know, reporters and stuff in the crowd and everything like that, cameras all over the place. They're watching everybody in the crowd, and it really was fucking magical, man, because everyone was dancing, singing, you know, cheering, smiling. Everyone was just fucking happy. It was it was it was almost surreal, man. It reminded me, and as I was watching all of this stuff, I I I remember what it was like when I watched the 1999 New Year's Eve celebration, because it reminded me exactly like that, because everyone that you saw in every freaking footage segment, every scene, every image, man, everyone was just fucking happy. And it was just really weird, because it was during that moment when I was watching that shit that I realized just how fucking far from that we've drifted in this country. And I'm not trying to get preachy here. I'm not trying to be over dramatic or melodramatic or anything else. I'm just saying that from my perspective, out of what I just saw, it really was fucking magical, because it was one of those moments when you feel like no matter what direction you looked at, everyone was happy and having a good time. And it wasn't just white people or any kind of bullshit like that. It wasn't just black people. It wasn't just gay people or anything. I mean, for a few moments, it felt like everyone was just a flat out fucking American, and it was mm, chef's fucking kiss, man. And so I'm sitting there watching all this stuff, feeling kind of a little emotional about it, man, because it's like, oh my God, you know, everyone's fucking happy. There's nobody trying to start any shit. They're all watching this fireworks, listening to this good music and stuff. And then towards the end, it's just as long as you thought it couldn't get any better, it's like, I guess someone somewhere flipped a switch, and my God, man, it looked like something from fucking Star Wars or something. It's like, at that moment, there was so much fucking fireworks flying up and exploding everywhere that it almost looked like daytime. it was it was just fucking insane. I mean, it was really truly insane. It looked like the goddamn sky was on fire. It was like one of those scenes where, in a movie, when there's like such a bright light that it looks like the fucking, I don't know, man, light of God or something, because the images and stuff that the cameraman was looking at, it was like almost pure white for a couple seconds. It was that freaking bright, and it was just all of this fireworks that was just. It was obviously the final, or the finale. I mean, But I mean, it was just it was insane. I've never seen fireworks that was that uh, intense. So I just had to say something about it, man. And like I said, during that whole entire thing, everyone was just beautifully happy. Not any worries, not any concerns about anything. People weren't didn't have any scowls. You didn't see anybody trying to fucking start fights or any of this bullshit, man. Everyone was just happy. There was no protesting, at least none that I saw in the images and the footage and stuff that I was watching. No protests, nobody throwing things, nobody getting into fist fights. Everyone was dancing, everyone had smiles on their faces. Black, white, Asian, Mexican. I mean, they were all there. Everyone was just a fucking American. And man, it was gorgeous. It was really, really, truly gorgeous. And I hope any of you guys that are sitting here listening to me ramble about this, I hope you guys had a chance to watch that, man, because we need more of that type of shit in this country. I don't, I'm not sitting here being stupid about this, thinking that something like this should happen every week or every month or anything like that. But whatever it is that whatever it is that can be done, man, we need to find ways to make things like this more common because I really think that this country needs more of that. And just like I said, man, as I was sitting there watching all this stuff, it reminded me exactly of the kinds of things I remember seeing when everyone was watching the ball drop on New Year's Eve on at 1999. It was exactly like that. It was really awesome. My lord, was it awesome. So anyway, hope you got to watch that. And I hope none of you guys have blown off any fingers or anything with all of the fireworks. I know that where I am, we've had some rain this evening, and it happened right before the prime time to light fireworks. And we definitely had fireworks in the town that I live in, and of course the neighbors and everybody they were cutting some stuff off there as soon as as soon as the rain passed through and everything like that. I where I am, I've seen that kind of stuff before, so it's not really that much of a shocker anymore to me. I mean, my place where I live, it's really almost kind of a stone's throw away from the area where they cut fireworks off in my town. So, I can just go out on my porch and watch the show basically. So, I mean, I'm a little spoiled in that capacity, I suppose. But I'm glad I wasn't outside watching that kind of stuff because I would have beat myself up if I didn't see what I just saw. Excuse me, I got a belch. Anyway, just wanted to make a video on that, man. It was really, really awesome. Fucking insane. I just wish we had more stuff like that, man. It was one of those kinds of events where you're sitting there watching the stuff, you're seeing all of this happiness and stuff, and it's like you're thinking to yourself, you don't want this to end. And it was strange because the RSBN channel that I watch, they usually have like a chat thing going on live, and there were some people in there that were even saying that same kind of stuff. So anyway, I hope you guys have had a good Fourth of July, and there's more to come, man. So have a good one.